What's the funniest reason you've been called into school to collect your child? So I'm at work last Tuesday, middle of an important meeting with my boss, when my phone starts buzzing. I ignore it the first time because I'm trying to get this promotion, but then it rings again immediately. I look down and see Lincoln Elementary School on the caller ID. My heart drops because you only get calls from school when something's wrong, right? I excuse myself from the meeting and answer the phone. The secretary says, "Mrs. Anderson, we need you to come pick up Emma immediately." I'm thinking the worst. Is she hurt? Did she get sick? Did someone else get hurt? I'm already grabbing my car keys. What happened? Is she okay? There's this long pause, and then the secretary says, "Well, she's not injured, but there's been an incident with a class pet, and we really need you to come in and discuss the situation with the principal." Now I'm really confused. Emma loves animals. She's the kid who rescues injured birds and makes me drive around looking for lost cats. What could she possibly have done to the class pet? I tell my boss I have a family emergency and race to the school. The whole drive there, I'm imagining worst case scenarios. Did she accidentally hurt the hamster? Did she let it escape? Did she try to take it home? I get to the office, and the secretary immediately leads me to the principal's office. Principal Davis is sitting behind his desk looking like he's trying not to laugh, which is confusing because I'm expecting this to be serious. Emma is sitting in the chair across from him, completely calm, eating a bag of goldfish crackers. "Emma, honey, what happened?" I ask. She looks up at me with this totally innocent expression and says, "Mom, I saved Nibbles." Saved him from what? Principal Davis clears his throat and says, "Mrs. Anderson, Emma noticed that Nibbles the class hamster seemed lonely. So during free time, she decided to find him some friends." I'm still not getting it. Friends? She brought the entire ant farm from the science corner and dumped it into Nibbles' cage. My mouth drops open. She did what? Emma jumps in excitedly. "Mom, Nibbles was so sad all by himself. The ants needed a new home anyway because their farm was getting crowded. So I made them roommates." I look at Principal Davis, who's definitely trying not to smile now. "How bad was it?" "Well, let's just say we had to evacuate the classroom. Turns out hamsters and ants don't make good roommates. Nibbles was running around his wheel like his life depended on it, which it probably did. The ants had basically declared war and were trying to claim the entire cage as their territory." Emma nods seriously. "They were very territorial, Mom. I didn't know that would happen. It took 3 teachers and a janitor about 2 hours to separate the ants from the hamster habitat. We had to use tiny spoons and magnifying glasses. Some of the ants escaped into the classroom and started building new colonies in the reading corner." I'm trying so hard not to laugh because this is supposed to be serious, but the mental image of teachers with tiny spoons chasing ants around a classroom is ridiculous. We also had to call an exterminator because we couldn't tell the difference between the science ants and regular ants that might have already been in the building. The whole second grade wing had to use different classrooms for the rest of the day. Emma adds helpfully, "But Nibbles got lots of exercise, Mom. He never runs that much usually." Principal Davis continues, "The good news is that both Nibbles and most of the ants survived the ordeal. The bad news is that we're pretty sure some of the ants are still unaccounted for, and Mrs. Peterson found one in her coffee this morning." Now I can't hold it in anymore. I start laughing, which makes Emma beam with pride because she thinks she's done something clever. "Emma, sweetheart, you can't just put different animals together without asking an adult first. What if the ants had hurt Nibbles?" "But Mom, they're both small. I thought small animals would be friends." Principal Davis says, "The science teacher actually used this as an unexpected lesson about ecosystems and why we don't introduce foreign species into established habitats. So technically, Emma created an educational opportunity." "Are you saying she's not in trouble?" "Oh, she's definitely in trouble. But we have to admire her problem-solving skills and her compassion for animals, even if her execution was completely wrong." Emma pipes up again. "Mom, can we get Nibbles some fish friends instead? Fish are peaceful." I look at Principal Davis, who immediately shakes his head. Please don't give her any ideas. The drive home was 45 minutes of Emma explaining her detailed plans for improving the classroom pet situation, including an elaborate habitat that would house hamsters, fish, birds, and apparently a turtle she saw at the pet store last weekend. I had to explain that not all animals want to be friends, even if they're the same size. Some animals are meant to live alone, and that's okay. She seemed to accept this, but then asked if we could get our own classroom at home, where she could conduct proper friendship experiments with supervision. I told her we'd start with keeping our existing pets happy before we worry about making them new friends. The next day, Emma came home and announced that Nibbles had been moved to the main office for his own protection, and the ant farm was temporarily discontinued pending a full investigation into proper ant containment protocols.